Meanwhile, Sunday night, Redskins and Cowboys get into it. They had a couple of entertaining games last year. RG3 and company come to Dallas fresh off their bye weekend, their first win of the year before that. Dallas has lost 2 straight, including the big loss to the Denver Broncos on Sunday. Here's RG3 on going back to Texas.
I feel good, great actually, rejuvenated. Everybody's got a lot more energy coming off the bye week, just ready to do what we know we have to do. And then as a team, I think we're all just moving on from those first 4 weeks. We got the win going into the bye, which was real beneficial to us. But aside from that, we didn't really play like we know we can play. So we just got to get back to doing us. They got the same guys there, but they got a total different scheme, and they bought into that scheme. So we have to attack that. We can't just attack those individual guys. At the end of the day, we want to have a similar result, and that's a win.
Well, the Redskins won both meetings against the Cowboys last season. The difference in the way the quarterbacks played. Tony Romo threw 5 picks in those 2 games, 2 on Turkey Day and 3 in the regular season finale. And, of course, it was the late-game interception that really sealed the game this past Sunday for the Denver Broncos against the Cowboys. So what happened on that play? It's about to get real up in here with Jockey Sport and John Brankus in the Sports Science Lab.
Our play of the week is Danny Trevathan's interception off Tony Romo that set up the game-winning field goal for the Broncos. As Romo begins his release, his feet get tangled with offensive lineman Tyron Smith. This forces Romo to take a shortened lead step about 12 degrees offline. Compared to a normal pocket pass, this more open stance reduces the rotation in Romo's hips by more than 10%. And because of that disruption in his kinetic chain, Romo's throw averages less than 40 miles per hour. After the break, Trevathan takes a 20-degree shallower angle than Gavin Escobar toward the ball. This allows him to cover a shorter distance, and he intersects the ball a foot in front of Escobar's outreached hands. If Romo's kinetic chain wasn't disrupted by the pass rush, and he got off a throw averaging just 5 miles per hour faster, the ball would have gotten through to his target. But his spectacular leaping effort by Trevathan, stretching 7 feet before leaving the ground, secured the game for the Broncos and earned him our play of the week. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brankus.
Network.
When nothing's going your way, you got to try something.
Robert takes, going inside. It's a touchdown, Redskins!
We got a chance to seize opportunities Sunday night.
The reality of it is we're a 2-3 football team.
Throw short, and it's intercepted!
We're sick. We're really sick.
You got to believe we got to get on a winning streak to get back to where we want to be.
We got to come back next week.
He's got an enormous contract and phenomenal fantasy numbers, but the reality of the situation is Tony Romo has 1 career playoff victory. Here's Mike Florio and Scott Pioli on the Cowboys QB.
Tony Romo had a great performance for the Dallas Cowboys, but in the end, Scott, it was a Tony Romo kind of finish. Crunch time, interception. What do we take away from this? Is it a good development for the Cowboys that he had 506 passing yards, or is it bad because it's Tony Romo still doing what we've seen him do so many times before?
Well, I think it's a good development for the Cowboys because they were in it against what's the best team in football right now, possibly. For Tony Romo, it just raises some questions again. Is he ever going to be able to get the team over the hump? You have to remember, when you're given a contract like that, Mike, to whom much is given, much is expected.
And the Cowboys believe in Tony Romo, otherwise they wouldn't have given him that contract. I'm trying to project this forward. I don't see the Cowboys getting rid of Romo anytime soon, but if this doesn't work out this year, could it be time to maybe give another coach an opportunity to get the most out of Romo?
That might happen, but I'll tell you, Mike, if I'm a general manager, I would take Tony Romo as my quarterback. He's going to get you to a certain point. What you have to do is structure the team and the salaries and the contracts to a point where you can fill the team in with some other good players, I think, Mike.
All right, back to you, Liam.
Guys, thanks so much. Back here, it's nighttime in the big city. Looks like it's windy out there, so we better wrap this up pretty quickly. Let's talk X factors for our Sunday night game, and let's start with Washington.
Well, everybody's going to look at RG3, and that's normal. But the biggest factor in this game, I think, is going to be their running back, Alfred Morris. He is a big, strong, physical runner, and when he's running well, that sets up the whole offense. This guy came out of nowhere last year and kind of surprised people, but for a big man, he's shifty, he can get outside, he can hit the home runs, and he gets them going. Okay, when he's running well and the defense has to respect that, then the play action passes, the read options, everything becomes more prominent.
So that's Washington side. What about Dallas? Who do you have?
Well, since Emmitt Smith retired, they've tried to find a franchise running back, and DeMarco Murray, he is the guy. He can make people miss an open space. He is so exciting to watch. He runs kind of unorthodox, Coach, but he gets it done. Very patient. He can break tackles. And what I like about him, Coach, is he's explosive. He's not shying away from contact. He wants to run you over and punish you. He can do it inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He can catch the ball, but he is dynamic. And I know Tony Romo, he's putting up a lot of big numbers, but this is a different team when he's running the ball effectively.
So he's an Oklahoma Sooner that people from Texas can all get behind.
Yeah, they need to get behind him and run the ball. I think both of these offenses really need to be balanced and make sure they're running it well.
Considering what's going on in this division right now, how big is this game?
I think this is a huge game. I think it's wide open because all these teams, not one of them are like, you look at them and see if they're a really good team. I think it's wide open.
And Dallas, having lost 2 in a row, they need a confidence builder. They've got to win a game.
Week 6 brings you some rivalries, and I would like the old school rivalry. Let's go 1979. This is the last game of the regular season. Roger Staubach, there it is, to Tony Hill, 8-yard touchdown. Dallas wins. They did lose the next game, and Roger Staubach retired, but we try to leave that part out. Then, 1982, there's Joe Theismann. That's RFK over the middle, and then Joey T.
Crank up that diesel.
Strikes are stupid. So we go Scabs in 87. I can't name any of these guys, so you're on your own here. But the bottom line is, these day in 06. Dallas on for a winning field goal. Mike Vanderjagt's attempt blocked. Sean Taylor picks it up and goes 30 yards there. And then how about Thanksgiving last year? RG3 says, hello, Dallas. Second quarter. Skins put up 28 points. It was Griffin to everybody. Griffin to the fun bunch. Hey, I mean, who didn't catch one in this game? Here
back shoulder.
Santana Moss, great back shoulder throw. Dallas with the white helmets as they do every Thanksgiving. And then Sunday Night Football, Week 17, NFC's title on the line.
Let me guess.
Man.
Let me
guess.
Interception.
Let me guess. Danny Trevathan?
Rob Jackson. Rob Jackson.
How's this? It's not a guy in a white shirt. And then Alfred Morris finished 200 rushing yards. This is 1:15 left. Runs it in from the 1. Dallas wins 28-18, and they go.